Well, hello YouTubers, hopefully everybody's doing great. I wanted to show you how I remove pinstriping off of fenders or cars, hoods, doors, whatever. This is my 01 Taurus. I went and got another fender for it finally. Got it matching the hood. And I'll tell you one thing, I don't care what they say. They can match all the paint. They can take all those spray cans that you get from part stores, whatever, and they say this duplicate color. You can even go to these places where they mix it for you, and they say it's the exact same color. It just never works out. I could never get this fender and door the same color. So I just went out and bought another fender, original fender off another car, so I didn't have to worry about spray paint. I must have went through $70 of spray paint, so I'm never going to do that again. I'm just going to go out and buy a fender or hood to match the car off of another car with the original paint. It just works a lot easier. Matter of fact, you can see the difference between this door that I tried to paint and the rest of the car. Just did not work out whatsoever. So why I'm here today is with this fender that I got. You can see it's original fender off another car. I've got a pinstripe here that came with it. I don't want that on there. I've got to get that pinstripe off, and I'll show you how I usually take off pinstripes. And you can see this side, there's no pinstripe. And this is my goal today. So a couple of things you'll need. You'll need a can of lubricant, some kind of WD-40 or something to kind of spray on that to let it soak a little bit. And basically after that, you need a razor blade and a cloth. So what we do, we go ahead and spray this, let it soak a little bit, and we take the razor blade and we get behind here like that. And you don't want it at a too sharp of an angle. You kind of want it at maybe a 35 to 40 degree angle, just enough to get up under there to lift that off. Now, when you get this off here, you may have some minor scratches. There's just nothing you can do about that. You can also use some solvent and try to soak this pinstripe off, but the problem with that is it's probably going to eat down into your clear coat and you're going to have a blemish on your paint. So I would rather deal with a few scratches than have to worry about the paint coming off. After all, I did go out and spend $35 on this fender, and it's in excellent shape. So I can live with a few scratches and I can buff those out later. So first thing we're going to do here, let's go ahead and spray a little bit of this on there. Now, I'm out here in the sun today, so it's probably going to help it a little bit. Now, I'm going to do this with one hand. I'm going to go over here and let this kind of get in there. Now, you can let it soak if you want, but I don't think at this point it's not really going to matter a whole lot to me, because I've already started scraping some of this off to make sure that it was going to come off and my blade was sharp enough. So I've got a pretty sharp blade, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do it here. So there's the stripe, and hopefully I can see that because the sun's on the camera. On the lens. Okay, there we go. So we get up under here and we just start pushing like that, and you kind of take the blade and you move it sideways as you go. You just don't want to shove it like that. You want it at an angle, and as you can see, it's coming up slowly. And you got to have a little patience, and like I said, the sharper the blade the better. You really got to get under that at an angle. Of course, I'm doing this with one hand and holding the camera, so it's a little hard for me to show you that. There you go. You can see it's coming up. And that's what we got to do all the way up to the front as it goes. And you can see it's looking pretty good. And there's the rest of it right there. And I've done about an inch. So that's what we got to do. And you go back in here and just kind of lightly scrape that. And you can see it's coming up. Then you can also use a very fine a Brillo type pad, and you can go in here and kind of just gently rub that, and the rest of that pinstriping should come off. It's going to look pretty good. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and set my camera up on a time lapse here, and you can watch me do this entire stripe. It may take me about 15 minutes or so, but it's better to work with both hands. So let me go ahead and set this up and you can watch me. Alright, there you go. Let me get the camera off the tripod. Now, you can't even see that hardly. I mean, that came off really good. And like I said, you got to have a really sharp blade, and the longer you leave that oil on there, you can use WD-40, any kind of lubricant. Just let it soak and it comes off real easy. And I can't even see any scratches with my eyes. But like I said, I can buff the rest of it up. But that's how you get the pinstripes off. And unless you want to paint your entire car, then, you know, it doesn't matter how you're going to get them off. But my point here is I wanted to keep the car in its original color. Now, if I can only find me a door, that would be great. They had no doors where I was at the other day at the junkyard, and I could not find anything that was the same color. So that's the only thing I got left. I got to get that door replaced, and my car will pretty much have a perfect body on it. It's in really great shape. So just want to show you guys how to take the pinstripe off. And if you're working with darker colors, then you have to be a little more careful, because the darker colors, the scratches may show up. But if you get down here, you give you a really good look at it. Can't even see it. See what a pinstripe was? So I'll buff that out a little bit, and it'll be done. So there you go. Hopefully this will help you guys out. Maybe somebody will view the video. But other than that, my next project is right here. It's Expedition. I got to separate the motor and transmission. I got to pull the transmission back and replace the torque converter in it. If you watch video number 3 of the Expedition, you know what happened. So I'm going to replace that and make a video. And I've got my new editing system coming, and I will be a little more professional, hopefully, as we head into late 2016, 2017. So there you go. That's how you remove a pinstripe. Hopefully this helps somebody out. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a wonderful day.